The 2024 French Open is now all wrapped up as Carlos Alcaraz claims this year's trophy. What's up, everybody? It's John Eric Poli here to do a recap of this year's French Open while also taking in the great scenery here of Las Vegas, Nevada, enjoying my vacation. But with all of that being said, let's get down to business with why we're here today. This year's French Open, we're reviewing it today by going over the good, the bad, and the ugly. As always, we get started with the good. Got to go with the champ here, Carlos Alcaraz. Great showing by him in this tournament. He wins it in 5 sets over Alexander Rublev. He also wins the semifinals in 5 sets over Jannik Sinner. Very impressive performance, too, as he was coming into this year's tournament a little banged up, dealing with some injuries and whatnot, able to put it all together, win a championship. He's now 3-0 all-time in major championships. The kid is really something special. Nothing else left to say about him other than another big congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz. Now let's move along here today to the bad, and I'm going with Andrey Rublev here. I had Rublev as one of the favorites in this year's French Open because we just saw him win on clay in Madrid. He's one of obviously the top seeds in this year's tournament. Now, the rest of the top seeds all kind of advanced. They got to the part where they kind of play each other in the quarterfinals and whatnot. Rublev fails to do all of that. Very disappointing showing from Andrey Rublev. He exits this year's tournament very early. Very disappointing to see from a guy who had so much momentum coming into this year's French Open. And now we end today's video by going over the ugly, and I'm going with the fact that there is no electronic reviewing here at the French Open. It's 2024. It's about time that they get it already. All the other major championships have it. Obviously, you see it on the broadcast that they're able to do it. It should be done. There was a moment in today's 5th set with Alexander Rublev. He would have had a break. It would have been tied up at 2. Instead, they say that the ball was called in. He says it's out. The ref comes out, or the umpire comes out and points to some random spot on the court, and next thing you know, it's 3-1 Alcaraz. Big moment there in that 5th set. It's time that we get the electronic reviewing at the French Open, and I just wanted to end today's video by making that the case. It's been a big gripe of mine, not only in today's match, but through this whole entire tournament. It's time that they finally get it. So that was the good, the bad, and the ugly from this year's French Open. It was a great tournament. Again, congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz. And I just want to say this is my final video on content from this year's French Open. I want to thank everybody, too, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and for being patient while I vacation here in Las Vegas and still tuning into my coverage. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And, hey, until next year, it's going to be another fun French Open, I'm sure, next year. And I can't wait for this year's Wimbledon Championship, which will be starting up here very shortly. That tournament will be taking place in the beginning of July.